There's an Arctic front moving in behind me. Meanwhile, I am driving north on my way up from the south. More on that later. And north of here, it's already snowing. On top of that, in about 24 hours, wind chill is going to drop hard. It's really not safe for me to go ahead to the north. So I'm making the executive decision to spend the night at Buc-ee's. There's a reason why people plan their trips around Buc-ee's, the northernmost Buc-ee's actually, and we are just upon it.
Turn right onto Buc-ee's Boulevard.
Before I run in there and make a mad dash for the beaver chips, I just want to say that there's a lot of mixed things about actually overnight parking here. I've seen just all over. I've seen people kicked out of here. I've seen people get the knock. I'm cautiously optimistic that we're not going to have any problem. There's no ordinances in Rockingham County where we are that would, preclude us from like car camping. Of course, if they have their own policy, of course we're going to leave if we're asked to leave. I need to get some snacks for my mom because I promised her, I told them that I was coming here. There's Buc-ee's everything in here. It's like Buc-ee's paddleball, Buc-ee's everything, or pickleball. Buc-ee's brand everything. I would definitely get Parker a dog toy if they're small enough. It's hard to find small toys. And they have to be soft too. My mom likes dark chocolate. I'm not as much of a fan, but she loves it. Apparently they yell this thing every time the brisket comes out of the oven. I think I might have just missed one. I watched a lot of videos about what the best dessert is here, and everybody says that you have to get one of these, but I've never gotten one of these before. Some people like the coconut. I think I'll try the banana. Yeah, I definitely think I'll try the banana. That's insane. I love that place, but I always feel this relief when I actually get out. I love it, but it's like simulation overload. All right, are you smelling some brisket? Are we gonna have to doctor up your supper? I think we are. I think we're gonna have to doctor it up, but let's find a place to park first, okay? Now, the last time I was here, there was security, and I mean, that could just be irrelevant. That could just be for conflict stuff and may not have anything to do with us, but I do like to be aware of where the security is, just so I don't blatantly just park right in front of them in case they're not so cool with the overnight parking thing. So let's find somewhere just to eat, and then we'll scope out our place to sleep. Okay, I probably don't want to park back here because it looks like this is where they're bringing loads back and forth. So that's probably not the best option. These shipping containers, we probably want to stay away from this area. I'm not seeing any security. Or maybe it was a cop the last time I was here. We'll definitely stay a little closer to the building. Let's check out these signs. I gotta see what these signs say. All right, so I think we're just gonna park right here for right now. There's a sign right there. It says something in red, customer parking, but I can't read the whole sign. So we're just gonna eat here because we know that's allowed. And then I'll have to take a closer look at this sign before I don't know, let's just eat, then everything will blow over, it'll be fine. All right, so right now I have us all set up for semi-stealth. There's no reason to go hyper stealth right now because we're just eating our food. That's totally normal. And so while I'm still just kind of figuring my surroundings out, I'm just gonna go ahead and eat. I just have my back covered just for privacy, but let's eat and then we'll figure everything else out. Okay, take it. Take it. You don't want it? Does that look not so good compared to the brisket you smell? Yeah, I thought so. I thought that was what was gonna happen. Good boy. All right, so let's start with a little appetizer. These are the beaver nuggets. I'm taking some of this home, whoops, to some family, but I just washed my hands and I don't think they'll care. Wow, this is one of the most popular items to get. It's delicious. I'm not gonna eat more though because I don't want to spoil my appetite. Try this beef jerky. Oh, I have a new best friend, by the way. I got the cherry maple. They had other flavors, but some of them were like really expensive. Whoa. I got some beaver chips. I've gotten these before. I really like them. I'm not a potato chip eater, but they're so fresh and warm. Well, they're not warm anymore after all that playing around, but usually they're warm. And it's just not like regular potato chips. So good. I'm gonna save these, definitely. Definitely I'm gonna save these. This is my favorite thing. I always get this. I've been to Buc-ee's maybe like 4 or 5 times, and I think 4 out of those 5 times, I just get the brisket sandwich. There's a lot of other options you may have seen in there. They have like ham, cheese, they have all kinds of stuff, but I really do believe that this like is the best. I think one other time I had something else. I don't remember what it was, but it was like similar to this, and it was good to try something new, but I really think that this is like the old faithful for Buc-ee's. It is the most popular, and I personally do really enjoy this sandwich a lot. It's the beef brisket. So let's see how they did with this one. I really have to recommend this sandwich. It's not overdone, it's just good. I feel like a lot of places now where I go, it's just it's almost like overload with flavors. And I almost feel like once the quality goes down, I always have to bring in everything has to be fancier, has to have more flavors, has to have artesian bread, or it always has to be so much fancier. And I feel like it's just covering up for poor quality. But this is just very basic. I mean, it does have like a barbecue sauce. It's so good. So I really recommend this sandwich. Very, very good. Good boy, good boy, good boy. I always like never buy this. I don't know why, but I feel like peer pressure or something because it seems like everybody always gets this. So I got the banana. Let's give this a try. Parker's eyeing this. He thinks it's a pup cup. You kind of look like a beaver. You kind of look like the Buc-ee's beaver. You're so cute. Well, okay, it is a special occasion, and he thinks it's a pup cup. I mean, what can I do, right? There you go. I mean, this is really good. I'm not really a big pudding person, but it's very smooth. Oh, wow, it has like actual like bread in it and stuff. It's actually really nice. I'm not sure if I can eat all of this right now. I might have to just eat part of it and put the other part in the fridge for later. I'm kind of full. I just realized I gave Parker my lid. Oh, well. I guess I'll have to eat it all. Parker, why did you let me eat so much? Oh, I ate too much. I don't think I can even finish it. I'm so full. I just feel like lying down and going to sleep. But I can't do that quite yet. I'm just trying to make out what that sign says. I don't really feel like getting out of my car because I've seen like a lot of employees walk back and forth to their cars. So I don't really feel like getting out, and there's also cameras right there, and I'm sure it's fine for me sitting here and eating, but I don't really feel like getting out of the car right now. I'm just gonna try and like zoom in on this sign to see if I can decipher what it says from inside the car. I cannot really make out what the sign says, unfortunately. I have to move right now because I think that they saw me because when I was fiddling around here at the front trying to look at that sign, like all these employees like walked across to their cars, and it was like the worst timing. They were probably getting off work, and the next shift's probably coming to work, and that guy who was idling in his car next to me, he like works here because he got out, and when I saw him getting out and he had a uniform on, so I think they might have seen me. If I were just eating, that would be one thing, but I was just had the camera out and talking and just lots of light, so we gotta move. We're gonna get out here. We're gonna move to our parking space. I don't want to loiter here anymore. I really don't want to get kicked out of here because I just don't want to be driving around tonight. So I really do not want to get kicked out of here. Let's get situated. Okay, I did dip into those a little bit even though I was full. I just drew a little bit too much attention to myself. I think we're gonna head over to this side because it looks a little bit quieter. I have some really good news. I was able to get close enough to the sign, and it says customer parking, all others will be towed at owner's expense. So we're good, we're customers. I'm still not sure where to park. I'm not feeling very confident about right here because it's a little bit too quiet. So we may very well come back to this spot if I don't like what I see on the other side. Why does it smell like snow? I'm smelling snow. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but I do smell snow. Let's see how it is over there. If we don't like it, we'll come back. Just a side note right now, that U-Haul truck, they were there that whole time I was eating, and now they're driving around. So they could be stealth camping too. I don't know. All right, let me get these window covers up and then I'm going to tell you about why I parked here. I'm just holding off on putting the window coverings up because there's a worker at the pumps, which I guess is one of the risks of the spot and causing me to rethink this. No, I think we're good. I think we're good with this spot. I really feel like the bigger risk is going to be parking off somewhere by myself. I picked this spot because I think employees are parking along down there, directly in front of the store. That would make sense so that they could come and go more easily. I feel like I'm close enough to them to where my car doesn't stand out, but I'm far away enough from their cars to where they're not like literally gonna see me like when they're going to their cars, or they shouldn't. But I didn't really think about the risk of workers at the pump. Yeah, I'm just kind of in a holding pattern here till that guy goes inside before I start jumping around. I think he saw me come in. If he was paying attention, he may not have been. All right, we'll just see if this guy wraps up soon. We have semi trucks. There's like a huge UPS truck over there, and there's just like a huge semi over there. Trucks are not allowed into the Buc-ee's parking lot. I've never seen a truck in here. I know it's pretty well known, but they're not allowed in here. Anyway, this guy, he's still working at the pump. I'm starting to get cold sitting here, so I'll give it another 5 minutes, but I'm starting to get cold sitting here. I'm just going to have to stealthily put my window coverings up and get settled if he's still there, because it's chilly just sitting up here. He's still working out there, but I'm getting too cold, so I have to go ahead and just get ready. Oh, that heater actually feels really good. It's like so nice and cozy in here. All of a sudden, it's like in the 30s outside, so it's not like that cold. And of course, it doesn't get as cold in the car as it is outside ever. I don't think it does, but that heat is super cozy. I don't use this heater that often because it requires the use of my large power station back there, my EcoFlow, and that one is not as easy to charge up again. So I don't by any means run this all the time, but it is nice for the evening, especially if I want to watch a movie or work for a little while before bed. I don't have to, I don't have to get into my blankets like as suddenly. I put the electric blanket down here, and the electric blanket, I just use that for Parker, like supervised. I don't leave him unsupervised with that. So let me tell you about what I've been up to with the whole south thing, why I'm headed north. I'm headed to my parents' house. I did go down south and I attempted to sort of go on quote unquote vacation, and it didn't really go as planned. I got down to the south. I didn't go like all the way to Florida, but it was literally raining for 4 days, and I ended up having to go to a hotel, especially for Parker. I can't just have us not being able to walk a lot, and it was pouring down rain, so it just turned into like a pretty expensive thing. I just had to go to a hotel, get out of the car. Even when I went to the hotel, I was like, well, when I get back into the car, we'll do fun things. I got back into the car, it rained for like another 2 days. And then it finally started clearing up, but it got really cold. And by then I just was not in the mood. I wasn't in the mood to road trip. I saw all the storms, you know, that like how active it was. And I started getting really nervous. What if I don't get back to my parents in time for Christmas? What if like these storms keep coming up? Yeah, it just was not meant to be. I didn't really have a problem, you know, finding places to park in the South. I lived at truck stops. I lived at, did I stay at Walmart? Yeah, I stayed at a Walmart. I was like in Somerville. There's somebody out there. There's somebody out there. Like they're right there. I just feel like any moment I'm just gonna get the knock. I've seen so many videos. People try and stay here, they get the knock. I've also seen videos where they stay here, no problem. I really hope I don't get the knock because I'm just now getting ready to get ready for bed and go to sleep. If I get the knock, I'm gonna have to go across the interstate and sleep at the park and ride. It's gonna suck because people pack in there at like 5, 6 in the morning. People are gonna wake me up. I know that sounds really bratty, but hey, I stay up and work late, so it's not all fun and games. Well, I probably shouldn't do that. That's a little loud. Yep, that is definitely a wintry mix. What is going on? I cannot tell what is going on over there. My only guess is that it's like salting trucks or something. I just wanted to say that this heater, because of the button like that, it's just totally non-negotiable. It must be unplugged. A lot of my devices, I don't bother to unplug. I just turn them off, you know, like cameras, lights, my inflatable lights, things like that. But something like this, you have to unplug it because of how like the switches are on these, they could just so easily, anything could happen, really. Anything could happen. It could get bumped. I try and turn it off like well before I actually go to sleep. So that's kind of like a rule. I don't just like as I'm passing out, you know, flip the thing off. It's like a mental process of I need to turn this off and get ready for bed, which is what I'm doing now. So I don't take this lightly. It is really nice to have it in here. It makes living in here a lot more sustainable. It brings the heat up like 20 degrees. I didn't bother to get out my thermometer, but the other times I've tried it, it brings up the temp like 20 degrees pretty, you know, over an hour or so. It's really good. I really like it. Yeah, the only thing is you just have to be able to charge that thing. And since I'm going to my folks' place, I felt like I could be pretty liberal with it because I'll just get to charge this at their place. But it's kind of, I do take it into the gym, but it is like a pain. Like I don't do it that often. Like my little power stations, I constantly charge those while I work out and shower. But anyway, it is really a lifesaver. Not a literal lifesaver, but it's like a comfort saver just to have on before bed. How did you end up out of your bed? I think he actually got hot. Let's actually unplug this one now too. He didn't even want to be in the blanket. He got hot. I don't know if you can see him that well there, but it's like no matter what kind of cozy place I make him, he always reverts to wanting to sleep along this door. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe he can smell the outside more or something. But yeah, I think he might have gotten hot. So, well, I need to just go to sleep. It's kind of early. I think it's like midnight. But I gotta go to sleep. I have a lot to do tomorrow. Let's turn this off. All right, I'm officially going to sleep. I'll see you all in the morning. Good night. Oh my goodness. Definitely got cold. It's freezing in here. It is so cold in here. My blankets are back there. When I went to bed, it was not very cold. Oh, yeah, no wonder. It's 23, 24 degrees outside, and it feels like 12. The Arctic blast is here. Let's get the car started. I'm just gonna get up. I need to get on the road anyway. Oh. I mean, I have all my blankets back there. If it were the middle of the night, I would just get my blankets. But yeah, it's, what time is it? Yeah, it's almost 8:30. I should just get up. Let's get this car started. Woo! That was a good catch. Yeah, there's really no point in getting all my blankets out when I just have to get up. Anyway, oh, it's freezing. Here, let's let it warm up, okay? Before you run off, let's just let the car warm up, okay? And then I'll let you go, okay? All right. Yes, my love. You're not cold, are you? You're cozy. I was like halfway in the sleeping bag, and because it's just not all the way up. But Parker has the advantage of being tiny. He's just like in the sleeping bag. He's like, why are we waking up right now? is very bright. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Okay, I'm actually gonna flip this around. I'm not ready for all that sun yet. I am not ready. Ah. You ready? Okay. Good morning. You go outside? Yeah. Okay, let's go. I have not felt this weather since I left the Midwest. It feels great, honestly. It feels good. Did you hear PARK? Coffee is really nice. It's really good coffee. So yeah, we had a successful stealth camp, obviously. A lot of that, I think, has to do with my vehicle, having a smaller car, even though it does have some pretty major cons to it. One of the pros is that I really don't have to worry very much about where I park. Being in a hatchback, let's be real, people, they just don't give me a hard time. They just don't. I probably worried a little bit too much that I needed to. I will say that filming, that does draw more attention to myself. So even if you are in a little bit bigger rig, I wouldn't write this place off. I didn't see any signs, and I'm in a county where there's no laws against this. So yeah, don't be scared off, but I do think that it is more difficult to park here than like Walmart or a truck stop in general, just because of the testimonials that I've heard of fellow van lifers or fellow car dwellers. We are going to the PARK, take him for his long morning walk. And then I was just checking the weather, and I think the snow it's finishing up in my parents' area. That will soon be done. So I think by the time we start heading up, it should be fully out of the area. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.